Hey there, everyone. This is Mystic Fish. Welcome to episode 45 of our Factorio Space Age playthrough, where we're working on upgradable bases. Last episode, we got ourselves a mall running here on Fulgura. I should mention that if you remember, there was a patch of scrap right here. We've actually mined that all the way out. So that is good stuff. That makes a little more extra room over here. And then I've moved on to the next patch here that we need to get out of the way. This is kind of in the middle. We also have like some scrap over here that we'll have to figure out how to mine out eventually. But the other thing I did was I extended our grid out here to the end of the island, and also put some radar out at the outside so we could see a little bit more of what's going on here. Other things that we did, I actually added some foundries for doing red belt stuff. I think we may need that for some of our scrap mines, and I put out a third steam power plant doohickey here, and we're slowly filling up the ice buffers on the outside here with stuff from the ice cube tray in orbit. Wow, I think there's something here that's not working right as far as when do we have too much. That's because we need this to be like 16,000 or something. So with the third one and with these buffers, now our target is 14,400. Actually 15,000 is probably fine for this. I was just noticing we're getting ice in, but then we're getting it recycled. So we're like hitting the top end. But this is continuing, right? Like we're not mining scrap if we're not sort of producing stuff. And we're able to keep up on ice with stuff from orbit. Let's just make sure that this stuff doesn't get recycled and instead comes and gets put into the various ice buffers, which it is. Good. Other things that we produced, I did make sure that we're doing a lot of rail ramps and rail supports over here. And I've actually went ahead and I've pre-built the rocket silos we're eventually going to be using here. So that is good stuff. Anything else that's worth talking about at this point? I don't think so. I did move this down over here into this corner, and we've got a good supply of holmium plates built up. I did switch to having two chem plants making the holmium solution. That just sort of helped things go faster. And that, I think, is the main things to talk about on Fulgura. So what are we going to do today? I think what I want to do today is start to plan for bringing scrap in by trains. And so this grid here, I guess we can't quite see where this is coming in up here yet. Here's the bottom of the grid, but the top of the grid is like off the end, up in here somewhere. So we need to do a little bit of work here. I'm actually going to come back to novice in order, because we have our sort of scrap or sketch for things to do with the Fulgura grid. Okay. I think the main thing actually here is we just need a set of rail blueprints that are raised rails. And so that's not the right blueprint book. This one is. What do I want to do? I'm going to put these straight rails in just for a minute, and I want to get everything but where they end here like this. And then what I want to do is I want to copy these guys because this is a little bit easier to do looking at things from the side. So I want to do this. Then we can get rid of these guys. And this is what we did before. So we just want to go around the horn here. And around the horn here. Like that. Okay, so now we can see, I think, where the ramps have to be. That is actually hard to see where these need to be. Let's. Okay, I think we need to put these back in here. So we can see how these line up. Okay, so that is, we want to overlap with just one of those. So that's going to be there and there. And then I can get rid of the on the ground rails. And then if I copy this, I should be able to put those here, get rid of these guys, put them here. Okay, good. So those are, this makes sure that we have raised rails coming in from the outside. And then what I want is some rails. And we're going to complete the raised rails like this. And the raised rails like this. However, I think I want to move some of these. So I think I want to scooch these back. Let's copy this. And I think these can get a little closer. Okay. We want this to be towards the middle. And then towards the middle. Okay. That should space all the rail supports out. Good, so that's crossways. Then we want to grab this stuff up the middle. And we want to line it up, and we want to see what this looks like top to bottom. And you're coming through to here. Not sure why those didn't get all the way in. All right, let's see if we get that in properly. We're gonna have to put the signals back in. Okay, then we need to connect for our four-way intersection. That one. That one. That one. Okay, and then we need the ones on the insides, so we need the one that goes like up to here. We need the one that goes here. We need the one that goes here. And we need the one that goes here. Okay. I think that looks right. Let's peek at our four-way guy. That looks right. Okay, and then we need to put, once the rails show up, we'll put some rail signals in. And this largely doesn't hit, most of the, it doesn't hit the roboports, and it doesn't hit most of the substations. This is primarily going to be out in the ocean, so I think it's okay that it doesn't hit stuff. I think at first we're not going to be able to put the center large power poles in until we can make foundation after we visit Aquilo. But that's okay. We can just get the raised rails with the circuits for right now. And if it's grid aligned, then we can use that as the basis for how we're going to connect stuff. Okay. Let's just wait for this to get in. And let's talk about rail signals. So we want this to come in where these meet. There, somewhere like that. And so if I copy that, we can see where that lines up. And we can see where this lines up. And where this lines up. Okay, those are the exits. Then the entrances should probably be opposite. Here and here. And then we need the stuff that's like across the middle here, as much as we can. So that would be, let's say, as close there as possible, and then as close there as possible, and then close there as possible. So that goes straight across. So that would be this and this and this, and it would be this and this and this, and it would be this and this and that. Okay, is it worth getting some of these in? Like, I guess we could just do both of these, right? Okay, I think that's all of the signals that we need. Right, and so then what we're going to do is we're going to grab a blueprint over to here. This has like way too much stuff. This is four-way rails raised. I just want to create this blueprint, and let's just stick it here for right now. Okay, what was that? What did that look like? That was rails 4. So that's going to be rails 4, but with these guys with rail support. Okay, good. Now, snap to, let's see, let's take all of the ramps off, and all the roboports off, and all of the substations off, and save. Now, how's this look? Okay, then we want to snap to grid. This is a 100 by 100 grid. Offsets are 2 and 2. And these offsets are 0 and 0. Okay, save that. Does that line up? It does. Okay, where'd that go? Here. And then we can take these guys off around the edges. Nope, put that one back in. Good. Save. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go off camera. We need to do the T-intersection version and the straight rail version of these. And I will probably do one more, which like just has the exits. So like that would like just the rails up to this support here. So that we can, if we want to, just see where the outside edges meet up. So I'm going to go off camera to do all that because I think we've seen how the rail designs work, and we're really just subtracting stuff from this blueprint in order to make the three-way intersections and the straight rails. So I will be back after we finish that. Okay, we are back on Fulgura, and now we have four-way intersections raised, three-way intersections raised, straight rails raised, and then I also made this one, which is just the raised edges, which I think may be useful as we figure out how to navigate around the oil ocean, since we can't build on the deep part yet, and so we will have to figure that out. Now, let's talk about how we want this to work. Let's do the following. Let's see, that's not it. This is it. If we put edges here, what does that look like? That actually lines up pretty well. Okay, we're not too worried about being able to get these through the middle. But let's continue getting this stuff out of the way. I think, let's see. I think the easiest thing to do will be, I kind of want to unload the trains over here. So let's get rid of this guy. If I do that, does that lose me any lightning coverage? It does not. How about if I do that one? That might. Oh, it also did not. Okay, great. All right, so let's look a little bit. So I think maybe the easiest thing to do is if we dropped down to ground level here, and we can't quite do it here yet. Is that okay? Do we care about this? I guess we can. I guess, you know what? Like, it is actually, I think, okay to do it here. So let's get rid of this guy. And we can, let's get a ramp. Whoops. Back to map mode. We can, which is the raised side. Okay. That's the parts on the ground. And I think we blow the cliffs away. We can do that. Okay. I'm not sure this is facing the right way. If I do this, okay, that is on the ground. Okay, good. Good. Then this is okay here. Although we can get a little more space I think. Okay, can we... Oh, I lost track of where I want to put this. I guess it's even with this one, right? We want to have this hang off as much as it can. Like that. Okay, good. So then, I want to come this way. Is this good? Guess that goes around that stuff. Let's try this, and let's see if we can turn the corner correctly. I'm a little worried about... Okay, that'll go that way. And then let's see if we can get 3 loading stations, unloading stations. These guys. Can we get 3 of these over here? What's the tightest I can turn? That. And so let's see. If I do the unloading station here. Let's just... Oh, this will be scrap. Scrap. I guess we gotta go over one more. Also scrap. Let's force paste this, because I think this is going to work, but I think we have to move this thing. So let's just copy it up here. Once we get the buffer chests built, then we can delete the other one. That's one buffer chest. We need this one built, I think. That one's built. Okay, good. And we can get rid of this one. This is a little tight here. Where are the edges? Anywhere along here would be okay. Oh no, I can't get across. Oh, I have to do a weird route anyway to get around this stuff. I think that's okay. I think that means, okay, we're just gonna have to get creative here. Let's get rid of this stuff for right now. Good. We need one more unloading station. This one. Unloading station. I'll line this up. Oh no, that's fluids. That's not the right one. Unloading station, fluids, unloading station. And I think we have to force paste this and make it scrap. Let's get lightning stuff back in here. Like that. Why, you know... Oh, we need to make medium power poles. Okay. Fine. Where do we want to continue building our mall? I guess we need to understand where this is going. I think... like this. And I do this in such a way that it ignores. Ooh, wait, there it is. Perfect. And then we need one of these, like here. And then I think we're going to do a ramp out this way. Okay, and then over here, can we get into this thing? And can we get into this thing? And then we probably need a chain signal, like here. Okay, now we can see where we have like a little bit of extra room. We can get one of these just over here to make these guys. I think we're gonna have to get rid of this. Okay. That's okay. All right, so this gives us a way to get trains in here. Wow, are we making these already? Yeah, we are. Super fast. Great. That's too many. Okay, good. All right, now let's talk about where do we want to be going? That's 30 million scrap. That really seems like a lot of scrap. And so I suspect we want to go over to that thing. We need to figure out where is there enough room to come through. Because we need to get our loading station in there. Okay, I think we have to go pay that a visit in person. But I just want to get one train going so we know that it's going. Okay, good. So we can come here. All right, so now the question is, can we get a loading station on this island somehow? Loading station. And I think let's get rid of all the cliffs around the outside. I think that makes it easier. Okay, good. All right, now where are we gonna put this thing? I need this loading station. I can either do it this way or this way. So the question is, or this way. Let's do this. Let's plunk down just one of these, and let's get a lightning rod, because I think we need to get rid of this thing. This thing's in the way. Okay, good. Now, let's take a look. Loading station. Loading station. And this guy. I think the stuff is on the wrong side. So the question is, where can we put the rails such that we can get ramps together? This is going to be loading of scrap. Okay, can I get ramps to do this? Not quite. Could I do it here? I could do it there. Okay, undo that. So we need to move it over some. Where'd that go? Here it is. Loading station. Like, I really want to be able to... this way? See, that tells us how much space we have to get the... This way is better? This way might be better. I worry about being able to get the ramp in. If I do that... actually what I could do the loading on this side. If I loop the belts over to the other side. Okay, this is what I need to do. I need to do this. We're going to do scrap. We're going to do ramps. Okay, good. That gets it on and off. All right, great, great, great. Now, we do need to mine this stuff. I guess we want to go down this way and over. Okay, how much... Do we want to use the grid here? I feel like maybe not. Okay, what I want is, I want the big mining tile. And I want this to go down this way. And I think I want to do this. Something like that. And I need to get these guys in the middle. Like that. And like that. Okay. Then I think I want to upgrade these to red belts. How many belts we got out here? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so we want to upgrade these to red belts with this thing. We want to upgrade these to red belts. I don't think we need that. We do want to upgrade the inserters if we're going to do that. Okay, and then we have to figure out how to like pave the rest of this with accumulators, basically, right? Okay, so let's get. Oh, I didn't upgrade the belts at the end. This stuff. Get rid of that guy. Are we mining? We're mining just about all the scrap here, so okay, that's okay. Let's get this. Has to hop down here. Okay, and then we do want to go, let's go back here. I know we've got this balancer here. We want one of these guys. And then we want to hop over. Is this too close? No, this is not too close. But we'll back up one. Okay, then we upgrade this to red belts. Then we get a red belt like this. I guess we want to like kind of keep this stuff as tight as possible, right? Because that will help us get accumulators on all this stuff. Okay, actually, let's move this to here. Red belts across. Okay, and then one more. Okay, that's how we're going to route that stuff. So the question is, we want to be able to do something. We're going to have to, let's see, can we... This is too far away to get any power poles over here. Okay, so we are going to have to power this mining outpost with accumulators. Grab too much of it. So we're going to need to do this. And I am okay if it doesn't totally align with the grid here. Okay. I wonder if these guys can mine under accumulators. That's an interesting question. Okay, where's lightning rods? Some of this stuff is not protected. That will protect it. And that will protect it. Okay, we are going to have to protect most of the island here. Like that, which probably means that we need a lightning rod down here just at the tip, like that. Okay, right. So now we need to see what stuff we need to get. Okay. Now, the question is, how the heck are we getting over here? We have this arranged, so we have to like come in this side and go out this side, which is kind of awkward. Although, I don't know, maybe not. But let's see one of these things. Something like this? I don't want to really build on the main island too much. We could maybe make something like this work. But I wonder if it's just better to just like... is it okay? It's okay to use this up here as a transit station. But we probably have to go up and like over this way across and like down here. Okay. Let's see what this will look like. So we could do that. And then we could do this here. No, it's got to be up here. light rails like here, and I guess here's a T like that, and like this ish, and like this. I don't know. Okay. Let me go build a bunch of this stuff. I don't think this will be interesting to watch per se, because I'm mostly going to be ferrying stuff down here and then figuring out how to connect up these rails. So I will be back once I have figured that out. My general thought is to try to lay down at least the edges, and we may have to do like squiggly deals to sort of stick in the shallow parts of the ocean. But let's see, like we may be able to cross some of these smaller gaps. I don't know. Let's see how it goes. So stay tuned. I will be back. Okay, we are back, and we have now set up 3 scrap trains, so that's pretty exciting. I did manage to send this sort of circuitous route down here to the scrap outpost, which did get built. There's sort of a weird crossover that was necessary because of where the shallow oil ocean was. Let's see. You can see that sort of we did kind of try to stay pretty well aligned with the grid rail system. But there were definitely points where we had to just sort of like do some squiggly stuff to connect as we went. One of the things I did build that was useful is just a C, sort of a turn, which is just subtracting off some things from the T intersection. Okay, let's see. Down here, it does look like the set of accumulators we have here is enough to keep these big mining drills powered, especially with the efficiency modules in them. So that's good. And then down here, I guess let's set up a schedule. So you are going to go to the scrap outpost until you are full of scrap. Then you're going to come to the scrap drop-off until you are empty. And that's going to be your schedule. So let's copy that across. Let's see. I did actually make some rocket fuel up here just for the trains so that we could refuel things here. And I have a sort of a solid fuel backup just in case there's not enough rocket fuel. And so we'll keep the trains refueled here at the drop-off point, which is how things work on Novice as well. Let's see. So, okay, so that'll keep our trains fueled. What else do we need to do here? Oh, I've got some extra stuff here, so let's take care of that. Right. Are we ready to, like, kick these off? I think we might be. Okay, so let's send you off to the outpost. I guess we should talk about, yes, the outpost does have the train limit set to 3. And so there are 3 places to park. So there's obviously the loading station. There's another one up here just before the intersection. There's a third one up here. So there are 3 places to park out at the outpost, which is what we want to avoid deadlock. So let's send these guys off. Obviously the second 2 have to wait for the first one to clear. I may need to go and add some train signals into some of the squiggly parts of the tracks that are set up just so that they don't have to do as much waiting. But yeah, we can leave that as a problem for future Mystic Fish, I think. So we should hopefully see all 3 trains able to show up here and park. Loading's working, so that's good stuff. You're off and running. So you have to cross over the track, and then the ones behind can come in. So okay, so traffic control is working right. And then we can come over here and watch the train unload. So this will come in here. Let me get rid of these extra belts. I'm not sure where we want to route stuff yet once we've got all the scrap in. But yeah, we're unloading the scrap here. That looks right. We'll presumably get another train in here shortly. Yep, here it comes. So there's the second one. Okay, so we can let this run and sort of stock up back at the base with scrap. We are going to need more outposts though, so we'll probably have to hit some of these outlying ones. Like this one's got 21 million. What else do we got? This one's got 12. This one's got 29. Okay, so we'll probably get these two because they're the two biggest. And so I do think we'll need probably 3 outposts worth with 3 trains each. I think that'll keep things busy back at the base. So great, so this is working right, and we're dropping the scrap off back at the base. So what's up next time? We'll obviously have to finish clearing the scrap out just here to the right, but once we do that, we can start designing the sort of recycling pipeline with belts that we set up sort of a bot version of off to the left to power them all, but we'll have to do it with belts so that we can upgrade them later. But that's definitely a problem for future Mystic Fish. So that's what we have for today. So as always, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. And until then, bye.